Today, we're going to look at a recipe that has some fresh sautéed tilapia. First, what I have here is just some crushed garlic, and we've got about two pieces of fish here that we're going to marinate. So we'll start with about a good tablespoon of some fresh garlic and put that in our bowl. And let's give that just a little whisk to start with. And then I've got some fresh lemon here. We'll just go ahead and squeeze that in. And try not to get the seeds in there. Let's see if I can make that happen. So far, so good. Or some people will actually take the fresh lemon and squeeze it this way and let that fresh lemon juice run down, and that way you avoid the seeds. So that works out pretty nifty. I think anytime you're using fish, lemon always is a great combination to make a marinade. So far we've got our garlic and our lemon juice. That looks good, and that's probably about a good tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice that we're putting in our marinade. Now, to keep building this marinade, we're going to add some more flavor to it. What I've got here is some cumin, and cumin is a popular Southwest. It's used a lot in Mexico. It's used in India as well. It's just a really nice spice that adds a lot of depth and flavor. So for this amount of fish, we're going to take a good teaspoon again here and add that in. And then next, we're going to add in some seasoning. And you can feel free to use any seasoning that you like. I happen to have a sodium-free. This has got some more garlic in it and herb. And we're just going to go ahead and add some of this in. And I'm going to add a good teaspoon as I mix this in. So far, we've got our garlic, we've got our lemon juice, and we've got our cumin and our garlic and herb seasoning. So you can see, I've just have my whisk here. I'm whisking those all down together, getting that flavor nice together. And then we're going to add in some sea salt. And this is about let's go another teaspoon. And add this to your preference, of course. Salt always gives it that extra seasoning and flavor that we all love. And then we're going to go ahead and put in some cracked black pepper. As you've heard me before cook on the show, I love things spicy, so I'm gonna be generous with my black pepper. There we go. And next, we're gonna finish the marinade off. I've got some oil here. You could certainly use any type of oil you like. This is almond oil, which actually is made with almonds. You can certainly use canola oil or any type of olive oil as well. So let's give that a good whisk. Anytime you're adding oil into a marinade or any type of vinaigrette, you always want to whisk it well so it gets well incorporated into the spices. Oh, that looks pretty good so far. We also will be adding in some fresh cilantro, and I've got some chives right from my parents' garden. It's summertime, and it's just a wonderful time to use all the fresh herbs and chives, like chives and cilantro and basil that are available at this time of year. Let's give that one more stir. Make sure we've got it good. Now, the one thing when you're cooking, to know, well, does the flavor taste good? Did I mix it well together? You've got to taste it. So let's take a little taste here and see what we think. Pretty good. Although I'm going to go ahead and add in just a little bit more black pepper. It's almost there. Because as you know, I like it spicy, and we're going to add a touch more salt to it. Perfect. That should be about right. And then you just whisk that again together. We've got our tilapia here, and this fish is just a really nice fish to use. It's a milder fish. You can buy it at any of the major supermarkets. Some of the other fish that I like to use too are orange roughy or cod. They work really well. And especially, again, for summertime, you want to do your cooking quick. And with healthy, quick cooking, using something like fish is just so wonderful. And fish also, it's an easy one to marinate and just grill, or today we're going to use a skillet and cook our fish off here. So let's get this nice and coated. You would want to let the fish sit in the marinade probably for a good 2 to 3 hours in the refrigerator. That way, you know, those spices will infuse the fish really nicely. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's take our fish, and then we'll go over to our skillet, grab our oil, and we're just going to go ahead and add little bit of oil to our pan here. Got our pan nice and hot. Just give it a little drizzle. Tilt our pan a little bit here. Get that oil all around. There we go. And let's go ahead and drop in our fish. Nice! Want to hear that sizzle as you're cooking. All right. And then what I usually do is I just take the rest of that marinade and just layer it right on top. And of course, when you make this, you're going to let this marinate, you know, like I said, at least for a good 2 to 3 hours in the fridge. And that flavor will really get on there. Let's get it all on there. And when you cook this fish, you want to cook it for at least 7 to 8 minutes on each side, and then turn it over. And you know the fish is done when you flake the thickest part of it with a fork, and you can see that it's thoroughly cooked. All right. Let's see how that's doing. Looks like it's cooking away very nicely. Ooh, great. Look at the color on that fish. As you can see, it's really seared well. It's got those nice marks on there. Of course, we say we eat with our eyes, so the food's got to look good. Ooh, I even like how this piece has turned out, too. Beautiful color. All right, so let that continue cooking away. Well, it looks like our fish is done. It's nicely cooked through. It's got some beautiful sear marks on it. I really like my fish blackened also, so you really can cook this to your taste. I would say to be on the safe side, you need to look at the thickness of the fish and really cook it well, you know, until it's well cooked through. Again, I like it seared with a little bit of color. So let's go ahead and plate this. Pick this up here. And you know, when you're cooking and food, it's all about sharing it with your family and friends. So I've got my sister Maria here today, who's going to come on, and she's going to take a little taste test and tell me how I did. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Well, I was cooking up some fresh tilapia. Does it smell good?
It smells delicious.
And then I made a fresh salad. So what we're going to do is taste it.
All right.
All right. So let's put some salad on our plate. Nicely with that tilapia. What do you think? Does it look good?
It looks wonderful.
We eat with our eyes, right?
Yes, we do.
And if you have someone as lucky as I am to have in my family, my sister, who gives me her honest opinion, which I appreciate when I cook, it just makes you be a better cook, don't you think? Well, before we serve it to Maria, we've got some fresh, we talked about earlier, the fresh chives, and we've got the fresh cilantro. So let's go ahead and throw that right on our fish. You could certainly also, you know, put a little bit of this in the marinade. What I find when I cook with the fresh herbs sometimes is that they'll burn off, and you'll just end up with the burned herbs. So, but certainly at the end, save some too and just top it off. We like a lot of those kicked up flavors, so we're gonna not be shy here and put enough on. All right, so here it is.
Looks great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Here's your fork.
All right.
Take a taste.
I will.
I'm going to do the same. We're going to start with the fish. See what we think.
Okay.
What do you think? You taste the flavors?
I'm speechless. It's very good.
Oh. We'll keep you that way, speechless. No, I'm just kidding. So you approve?
Very healthy. I approve. 100%.
All right.
Good
Well,
job.
another recipe, and this one is sister approved. So thank you for watching today, and I hope you'll join us next time on It's a Woman's World.